what if it is a? What if it is a? What if it is a?
Podcast. So one mic, quick talk. My name is Bo Daddy Bill, aka Mr. King Prince, the Simp King. This is how it works. The only person who has the mic can talk. More than any other podcast out there.
What if it is a? 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 What if it is a?
Are people baking for clout in Amazon position? We're gonna put on real topics. Okay, we got killing babies, cash flow, we got Riz. Everybody's talking about the Riz. Deal porn stars, dead porn stars. Strippers and hoes, we got naked grandmothers. All flat earth is real, yes they are, they're stupid, okay? That topic's over. Hey, real quick, I like the fact that you put those photos out. Let's go have a Roman candle fight real quick.
Come on, you lazy fuckers, get up. Okay, don't look angry about this. You guys need to be a little bit more hype. Like, oh my god, Roman candle! Not acting like little pussies.
I think I shot myself to be real, but something smashed my leg, I swear to God.
Okay, welcome back. Sorry, we had a little Roman candle interruption. Let's just check our Snapchats really quick.
I was checking my hair, actually.
Whatever. What first today? Trent? About something that hits dear to home.
I was gonna lay all three of you guys together. Just wanted to make sure that
Everyone's cozy.
okay. I'm gonna go pause music. Topics?
3 topics.
4? Is that
5.
4? 5? No.
6.
Okay.
Riley's going crazy.
I think that the podcast just got hijacked by Black Lives Matter and Pride somehow. And that is fine. You can give your reason for why. You don't have to. And if anybody here wants to question somebody else for why, they may have a reason saying cap on somebody else for their answer. That's fine too. You still don't have to give your answer if you don't want to, okay? But feel free for calling anybody else on some cap too. I'll go ahead and give mine. I choose Black Lives Matter.
All flights have been cancelled because fuck you, that's why.
Okay, I'm re-confiscating our podcast back from Black Lives Matter and Pride, you fuckers, okay? So let's get back to the killing babies and dead porn stars, alright? So earlier we were talking about August Ames. I don't know if any of you guys know her now. She's blown up lips, looks like every other porn star. She was actually pretty hot. It's kind of a shame. So
Is it dead as in like not living, or dead as in not relevant?
she's dead. Oh, that was a good point. There's a lot of dead porn stars. But I want to give it to Trent to really put it into like some real words.
Dear porn stars, I just want to thank you for being there for me every single night, at the end of the night, when I'm alone.
What do they do?
And I have nobody, they're there to comfort me. They're just there for me, man.
Like how?
Comforting, they comfort me.
What do they do though?
That's a good point because let's
What
break
is
down
this
that
comfort
question real
called?
quick. Keep the mic track because
Okay.
this is spotlighted on you. Okay, so fuck these porn stars.
Right.
But Riley's asking, what really does porn do for you? One that you're thinking of her face, right? When you're crushing on, kinda. What is she?
Multiple.
What is it?
Natural instincts to want sex.
Kind of say thanks, and because as soon as that post-night clarity hits, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
You're just
fuck this bitch, she's a
exactly.
slut.
You're ready to close that shit out. You're discussing yourself. You're throwing
Yeah.
up halfway through your own orgasm.
Yep.
A couple times a day.
Maybe on a good day. On a good day.
So does that mean you do it more or less?
Less on a bad day. On a good day, we're in it. We're in it today.
Okay, a good day is 2 times a day.
A good day, I might go for 5.
That's a good day. Okay. That's pretty.
If I'm feeling great. If I'm feeling great.
If you're getting 5, everything you do, you're not going to be in a bad mood. There's nothing that's really going to shut you off like that. Come on.
If you're awake after,
Do it at certain points throughout the day, even if you're not in a bad mood. It's just gonna prevent it from coming out.
So Riley, your number is like 5.
No.
I think
Your number is like
Riley
4.
on a good day probably just aims for like 8.
Your number's like 4. Yours is like 5. Mine's like 3. What's yours, Mike?
He said 5. I've never
Myself
said
or
mine 5.
sexually?
Like realistically.
How many nuts you try to bust every day if you can, like
If
on
I,
average?
if I can.
For 3? I say
But
2
it's
or 3 is a
not
good
realistic.
average.
It's not even realistic sometimes. I don't even get
I'd
that.
say like 3.
Of course
It
not.
wouldn't be a podcast if the shit wasn't getting spilled on the table. But that was our first table spill.
No, but nothing spilled.
That's it.
What spilled?
Oh yeah, actually I do see there's something spilled on that
It
table.
could have been from earlier.
I don't know, I think this is just a table with all different types of knots.
It is.
It's a pretty neat table.
It is a nautical table.
Is it like
You're
spiritual?
touching that table.
No.
Oh, that light just turned on.
No, it's like knots that you use on a boat. Name is going to be related to like who used it, or what it looks like, or what it was used for.
So you're really into boats?
Hell yeah.
How often do you like to go boating?
I would like to go boating every day. When I had my boat in the water, I would try to go to it all the time. But like, dude, when you're not into boats, it's not that cool. And then like when you're into boats, just going out for like an hour is fucking awesome.
Yeah, just being on the water, it's peaceful.
Yeah. So are you guys done with the topics? You want to pick one topic?
No, I'm just saying. A lot of those topics were memes.
Oh, I see. Like they're not real. That's why you said that earlier. All right.
I mean, I feel like some of them could be real
I don't think
topics.
all these are real. So we got vaping. Best way to ingest the.
There's nothing wrong with vaping if you think that it's okay to indulge in fast food.
Has anybody here dated a stripper or a hoe?
I mean, I've definitely been with a hoe.
Oh,
So is a stripper and a hoe the same thing?
No.
if the damn near.
Damn near, but strippers are actually making real money out of it. Hoes are maybe making chump change or getting.
His brother is dating a stripper.
Is a stripper a hoe?
I don't know her well enough to say.
Is a hoe a
No,
stripper?
it's a stripper hoe in general.
Yeah, stripper is a hoe, I feel like.
But a hoe is
We don't
not
know.
really a stripper?
I feel like it depends on what you're deriving. I feel like a stripper is a hoe because she doesn't have the right morals, like she's out shaking her ass for money. But a hoe isn't a stripper, you know?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So who wrote this?
He did, and then I modified it. I added the hoe part.
Okay, so that's why it doesn't make sense.
Oh,
That's why we're stuck right there on is it the same, and we're all kind of saying no.
they're not the same.
So how do you feel about it?
But I just think that either way, if you're gonna try and justify dating a stripper, at the end of the day, she's a hoe. Might as well just talk about dating hoes.
Okay, so we did say that we're the same thing. But a hoe, but a girl can be a hoe and not be a stripper as an
Right, they
employee
go
as a
hand in
stripper.
hand.
I know, but that is, so when you say a hoe isn't the same as a stripper because a hoe isn't making money for it, then you're like justifying like being a stripper because they're making money, but like you're still dating a hoe.
Okay, I can talk a little bit about that.
You understand?
Yeah. And just like
Trent said that it was, she might be making some chump change, right? That's a great point. Like, a hoe is doing her thing because a girl's not going to be not getting resources for doing her thing.
Right. Eventually your girl's gonna be a hoe.
Yes.
I heard a saying one time, if you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut. If you hang around,
You're right.
if your girl's hanging around a bunch of hoes and
If your girl has 4 friends who are hoes, she's going to be the 5th one.
So I've recently got into this debate, and she says that you can't base it off of other women because you need to realize where morals stand and how they view the life ahead of them. So I say my girl's pretty stable right now at the point, so it's like she's not really gonna really go out and risk anything, knowing that if she's already told me her friend to be wild, why would she be called lacking? So I mean, it's kind of how it goes. But you know, there is an outside thought, but obviously you're gonna have an outside thought if you hear all the stories. So I mean.
uh-oh, sounds like Mike's projecting.
I know what he's trying to say.
What's he saying, Mike? Or Trent?
He's trying to say like,
Regardless of the situation, even if you trust your girl, if you know she's out all the time in situations, like you're always gonna have that thought in the back of your head no matter what. Like it's always just gonna be a thought in the back of your head, like just like every man who goes to work in the back of his head, he might be like, I wonder what she's doing right now, you know?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, so this is a great opportunity to tell our listeners about a big point of this podcast, is bringing millennial ideas together with Gen Z ideas. I'm trying to petri dish sample all this, share wisdom, get some wisdom from you guys, see where you're at. We're all going to learn from each other. It's crazy how our 2 generations are so similar, more than any other generations. Together should be so fucking powerful. And I know I sound like a fucking girl right now. Oh, you do it, kings. Is there a way to be in a relationship with a girl and trust them when they're out alone?
Okay.
Talking about our girl cheating on us, basically is what this, all of what we were talking about, even out there earlier, came down to our girl cheating on us. What it would take for her to do that. And we're sitting here thinking, well, what would it take? Because it's not that hard to think about what it would take, right? We all know the few easy things it would take for a girl to just walk out on us and do it. We all know it wouldn't be that hard for them to do it. It's hard to accept. It's really fucking hard to accept. I know none of you guys, Trent, you might have just gone through something. I don't know what it is. I can just feel it from you, bro. But you guys, Mike's going to go through it real hard one day. Riley, you just like been through a bunch of them, so it's like different for you.
I've been in 2 relationships.
Yeah, and it's hard because, you know, the soul ties and shit. Girls, it is harder for girls to have sex with a guy, and that's why we're always questioning, well, what would it take? What would it take? Because it's not like us. That's why we're wondering, what does it take? Because for us, it doesn't take anything. Fuck a hole in the wall. That's what it takes for us. For a girl, it takes a lot, and that's why we know, oh, what is it that I have to do to keep my girl from going to any other guy who just provides a little bit more? Because those guys are all out here. I provide more than any of you guys. So if I wanted to, right? And if you wanted to, you could provide more than us, but we're all pretty much on the same level for the most part. That's why any one of our girls could probably walk out on us on any one of the other guys here or many other guys out there. So I want to ask you guys now, what is the difference between, and how do you feel about when you're dating a girl or when you're married to her, basically? Like, and is dating even worth anything? You know, like, are you guys vetting girls basically with a marriage mindset or no? Do you get that kind of question here?
If she's not acting how she's going to be acting when you marry her, when you're dating her, then she can't even expect you to date her if she's not going to already be giving you that type of energy. I mean, it's something that some things will come over time, and like when things are different, like when you get married, then you maybe will have a kid with them, or maybe you'll move in with them. But even pretty much everything in a relationship should be able to come before you're even like married. Like when you're dating, it should all be the same.
Did you do that with all the girls you dated?
Yes.
And it was a fail for all of them? You failed them all?
No.
So you're the type to walk away from a girl.
I broke up with them because I got bored.
So they all failed. You gave them all Fs. Walked away.
Yeah, because I just felt like I could do better.
Alright, pass the mic.
So we're speaking on a personal question, or are we speaking in general?
This is overall about how we as men look at women. So, when you're dating a girl, are you really dating her hardcore with that? Am I vetting this girl as though marriage mindset like a man really should be? I believe.
Wait, but there's something about that. Like, you can literally have your girl, and you would expect her to be vetted and be acting like how she should be acting like wifey. But even in the back of your mind, you could know that at any moment you might leave her if you find someone better.
Classic Riley, the way he thinks.
So we're speaking personally.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because if she's not going to show that love to you the whole time, then why?
I'd say I usually pursue to look for long-term happily, for sure. I wouldn't want to waste my time ever.
Alright, I already know that from you, Mike. Now,
I'd say when it comes to that stuff, you really just look for if they're gonna actually bring you up as a woman should. Like, a woman needs to support you as much as you support them in any way. And, I mean, you're gonna support your woman, but you need her to be that side for show, always there, making sure that you're like pursuing or not chilling all the time. Like, if she's chill with you being chill, she's definitely doing something on the side that you're not gonna be chill with. So.
Alright,
That didn't make any sense.
Let's see what he has to say on this. Although, Mike, I do want to hear about, not personally for you, do you have like a general idea, or are you going to talk about what men are usually looking for?
Yeah, I mean, most men I'd say are different for sure.
Are different than you?
Yeah.
If you're not getting what's provided, like if you're in a relationship and it's lacking things, then it's not crazy to think that you want better than.
That's what most men think.
Like if you could get better too for what you put out, think about it.
Yeah, but can you? That's the thing. Like, if you got a girl,
It's up to you.
and then you're weighing your attraction level to her. Basically, for men, that's what it comes down to. If we were smart, we would find an ugly girl who loved the fuck out of us.
That's very true, but none of us will ever do that.
Because she will know that we'd be able to leave her. She has to try extra hard to keep us from going to fucking other girls.
Yeah, but you
Well, yeah, I feel like looks is what's gonna attract you to somebody, but who they are is what's gonna make you stay with them long term. Like, you can go find a dime and you guys can have the best sex ever, but like if she's just dumb as a rock at the end of the day, you can't even hold a conversation with her. It doesn't matter how fine she is or how good the sex is. Like, you're gonna get bored. You're gonna get bored. You're gonna get bored because even though as men, like, we are very sexual, like, we're also very intellect too. We crave conversation. No man wants to be with a dumb, clumsy bitch.
They say the
Like,
same shit.
we want to, like, most men want. I mean, unless you're like just a controlling dude who wants a dumb girl he can just control around. But I mean, most men with some type of IQ want to be with a woman with some type of IQ as well.
Trent, I thought I liked you.
Thank you.
So,
No, I'm just gonna say I've never told him any of my views like that.
I know, you're really similar in history. This is funny. So,
Great minds think alike, Mike.
yeah, men do think alike.
But I'm always like, when I get into anything with anyone, or like I'm trying to like peep a girl out, like, it is with the idea of long term, but like at the same time, like I'm also very like, I have a very like, I guard myself all the time. Like I'm not gonna like try and let myself care as much as I should, you know? Like I'm always keep a guard up, and because even if you're looking for long-term or marriage, like you guys said, like what does it take for your girl to really get up and leave you? Like at the end of the day, it does make you feel like dating can be a waste of time, because you can sit and put, I seen some shit, a girl, she was with her boyfriend for 5 years, and then some guy invited her out to California, and she was on a yacht, and shit, it was over, 5 years, just done.
Dude, it happens all the time. How many times does it happen to you? 10 for each of us, right? How many? And we know for a fact this happens all the time because who's happened to a lot, and we hear these stories and they're horrible. Divorced men.
Wife's cheating, affairs, like you can't, like you think you know someone, but you like you don't. You just never do know someone. You really never will.
See, and I just want to go back to exactly what you were saying about.
Yeah, a guy will not necessarily leave his girl though, Trent. He will step out on her if he gets bored with her and stuff. But let's say they're married, right? He married her because she was hot and stuff, and he was dumb, right? He's not controlling. Let's not go there, Trent. I didn't like how you tried to shame a fucking hypothetical man already. We're not going to shame men on this show at all.
Men do stupid shit though.
They sure do. So do women. So we will hold men accountable for stupid shit. We will hold women accountable for stupid shit. But men don't want to control women. And we will come back to that, because I want you to touch on that actually, so that we can figure out what you were trying to get at with that. Because it was a shaming tactic towards men, and I don't like that, dude, because I'm a man. Despite what everybody may think.
It wasn't a shaming tactic.
No, I was saying like that would be maybe a reason a guy would want to be with a girl with a lower IQ or a girl who's not as intelligent.
Right, that would be
Because they're more easily.
it would be the trade-off, right?
Yeah,
And
you're able to control them more, persuade them more,
right?
have more.
But let's say that girl is a dime, right? Everybody knows she's gonna do what dimes do. She's gonna get what dimes get, and that's a controlling guy, I guess, right? That gets them. How many rich guys do you see with bimbos on their arms, right? Because they don't give a fuck about the IQ, bro. I'm sorry, Mike, Mister. I want a girl.
They're not gonna want to.
That's got a brain. I mean, I do want a girl that's got a brain, right? You guys. Now, when we're talking about IQ smart girl, I'm talking about a good girl. I know people out there want to say high value man, and they're high value women, and they're gonna make like a stupid word, like instead of a single mom, it's gonna be solo parent. You know, so instead of a high value woman, they started making high frequency women, and it's like, oh my god, you guys do not know when you're coping. Seriously. Anyway. Yeah, Mike's a little bit out of the shot. He hasn't really been looking at the camera or anything anyway. But they don't care. Honestly, they don't care about the high IQ. So that's what I'm talking about. Let's dive into what does high IQ mean? High IQ mean? Like I was saying, it's more like a high value woman, or just a good girl. Basically, you know, your mom tells you go get a good girl. We all know what a good girl is, and this is what we're equating and when we're talking is a high IQ. You know, she's a high IQ woman or a high value woman. It's all the fucking same thing. In my mind, it's not I don't want a high IQ woman. I don't necessarily want a high IQ woman. If I got a low IQ woman with good morals and she brings value to my life, and I recognize that, and I'm like, hey, this is a good thing. I should go for that, honestly.
You know, and I think maybe if that's something, I mean, everybody's different. You know, for me, I think high IQ, as far as like being intelligent, is more important to me because I'm just a big thinker. I'm a big talker. And like, at the end of the day, like the conversation is just important to me. Like your views on life and your views on the universe and your views on everything. Like who you are, like how smart you are. You know, like I guess even if you have a low IQ and you bring value to my life, I mean, you know, I don't know, if the conversation isn't good and you can't hold to that same like intelligence as me, then it's just I would get bored. I feel.
I know Mike's ready to back you up on the smart girls.
Yeah. So as Trent said, he was like, she gives me like good morals. She has good life values. We have like the same views on things. She brings me like just enjoyable things. Is more so what he was talking about. Makes complete sense, honestly, because it's not like Trent's trying to have her break down the biggest math question or something. He's trying to have her have like a great conversation, or he like brings her around the family and she's real and like he talks to her. It's like an actual like fucking conversation and shit. Or if he has a bad day and he comes home, she like knows. Like it's like easy shit like that, bro. Not like where she's like always trying to be like annoying as fuck or something, or like she's just bugging, or she's like looking on Instagram every moment of the day, where it's like low IQ. That's what he's saying, but
I definitely think that the whole notion that opposites attract is really stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that that's so dumb. I've been in relationships where I've gone with people that were opposite to me, and there were things that we just fundamentally disagreed on, and we kind of like that, and you think that you like that for like the little fire, so you can get in arguments in ways that you guys don't agree on things, but it's like, you honestly, like the relationship I'm in now, you just want to be with a person that you would just like agree with about things morally and interest wise. Like if you guys enjoy the same things, then at least you can like have fun at the end of the day, and you probably aren't gonna argue as much. Not nearly. It's totally, that's what you're looking for. You want to be with someone that is like-minded with you. Literally.
So this is a question for Trent. Do men choose choose low IQ women so that they can control them? Does anybody know that a case where this happens or anything like that? Or do they? Do we feel like we do that? Or do we know guys that do that? Or do we know like what it is to do that?
Take it away. I'll go after what you said.
I feel like the type of guys that are prone to doing that, taking advantage of girls that are less intelligent than them to where they can control them, those are usually the type of people that are doing that so that they can also have like side hoes, like other bitches.
What are they doing?
Well, just like they take total responsibility for the relationship in terms of whenever they are going out, they make sure that they tell their girl to the point where they can even make them feel bad for questioning that they're not doing anything with any other girls. Like they'll be like, "Are you crazy? I would never do that type of thing." And like a stupid girl will get tricked by that. And yeah, totally. That type of shit happens all the time. And then they get the girl to the point where they would never even question it or assume it. They're like, "My baby loves me so much, he would never do that." And then fucking really the whole time they're just cheating on them. That shit happens all the time with dickheads.
Swear to God.
And I also feel like, not even as a woman, but as a person, the less intelligent you are, the less self-value you're going to be able to have. So it's just a lot easier to take advantage of someone who's not as smart. That you can just play into your role of they're going to always need you and they're going to depend on you, and they're just going to always be susceptible to always come back to you and just stay in what's comfortable because they're not smart enough to realize or have the IQ to understand their own value and get out of a bad situation. That's why there's so many girls out here with like low life dudes who aren't doing shit for them. Like they're just not, they don't have the brains to get out of a bad situation. Like it's just that is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, why you can talk about love all you want, but you're staying with a dude who's beating on you. You're staying with a dude who's not providing for you. Like you're staying with a dude who's cheating on you. Like for what? Like it's just no IQ. You have no intelligence. You have no self-value. You're just staying in a bad situation for you. For what? It's no IQ. It's low intelligence.
Is there a lot of that going on?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I always see people in just toxic relationships that never end, and it's just always you see on social media people just breaking up and having these toxic back and forths online, and then they always end up back together and look dumb as hell at the end of it.
People will be in a relationship and they'll fucking break up, and then the second
Expose the fuck out of each other too, like.
Oh yeah, that's just some mean shit, and then like within the week after that, then they're fucking back to fucking each other, and it's like, why'd you break up if you're literally just gonna go back to the same shit it was?
Okay.
And then it gets worse because they break up, and then they're basically with each other more still, and they're fucking each other still, but then they're also fucking other people. So then it's like it becomes blatantly obvious that one or the other people or both ended the relationship just because they wanted to be fucking other people, but they like literally like wanted to be the same damn thing anyways.
Okay, people's dating standards now, all the bullshit that they make up, all the polyamory and all the jabby jubby and all the, we got a girlfriend and there's this going on, and it's all based on marriage standards of dating. So I gotta tell you guys where I'm at in life and where I've come in dating and what I've seen. That mentality of where I'm looking at girls and where I'm judging them from, like from dating them. That's why I was asking you guys, like, how are you looking at girls when you're judging them? I've gone into a mind frame that is marriage or nothing. I'm judging this girl on marriage or nothing, and I'm not fucking with her if it's not marriage. Just put me in this place where it's like, you hate women. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of choosing not to really fuck with them that much.
Because not many of them are marriage material.
Because those are the only reason I would want to fuck with them. That's why I'm asking. That's why I asked you guys that. Because that's literally where I'm at mentally. I know you guys aren't there. I know you guys aren't.
I am.
You're the closest.
Definitely.
For me, I definitely feel like it's marriage or nothing too. Like as soon as I meet a girl, if I'm attracted to her and like I'm interested in seeing where it could go, like I'm automatically judging her on how friendly she is. I'm judging her on her morals and shit. Like I only care about long term. Like I'm not even like, to me it's pointless just to even have a one night stand. Like that's just so pointless to me. I mean I understand for some dudes it's like the same shit as like beating your meat, I guess, you know, for some dudes. But to me it's just like I would rather not even deal with the hassle of dealing with a bitch. Like, because if I'm not even trying to fuck with you for real, like at that point you're just gonna annoy me. Like as soon as we're done fucking, like get the fuck out. Like I'm not even gonna want shit to do with you.
To be honest, I'm gonna say one night stands are probably one of the best fucking things you could get.
I was just gonna say that. I was really just gonna grab the mic, bro.
You didn't have to fucking do any work.
Dude.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying, like, as far as, like, I'm not even trying to fuck with a girl if it's not long term. Like,
Oh yeah.
Bro,
But they are.
I mean,
one-night stands.
I've had a one night stand and
Well,
shit. It's just like,
I understand where you're at. You're saying you're not going out trying to make one night stands happen because
Right.
there's all that fucking work that comes with a one night stand. Now, if you go out and it's really easy thrown in your face,
it's not even
nobody's
work to
turning that
me.
shit down.
For me, it's like not even the work aspect. It's just like if I'm not even fucking with you for real, like you're really just gonna kind of annoy me. Like as soon as we're done fucking, like I'm not even gonna want to be around you. Like
Post nut clarity.
yeah, post nut clarity, exactly. Like you're just gonna start to bother me. Like
That's the guys though. They bust it out. They're ready to get back to making money, dude.
leave me
We're
alone.
soft when we're
Like
hard, and we're hard when we're soft.
unless you're a real bitch, then it's like all right, then you wanna actually care for them. But
Well, I'm a total simp, so I like to cuddle after.
I mean, it depends. It
As long as I'm
depends.
small spoon.
It depends. Is she bad? Is she cute?
Now, how much?
Are you gonna cuddle her if she's not cute?
How high your IQ is?
No, not cute don't even matter for a one night stand.
Are you getting to that point of cuddling her after fucking her if she's not cute?
Are you gonna cuddle if she's not cute? Are you cuddling like if she's like a troll and like you were just drunk, horny, and it just happened?
If this is cuddling,
Are you gonna cuddle?
If this is cuddling, then yes. Yeah, because that's what I'm doing as soon as I come.
But no, like seriously, are you gonna cuddle? If she's not cute, are you cuddling
For
her?
3 seconds until I look like this. It's gonna look like this for a second. And then I'm gonna go.
Sleep?
That's fun to cuddle with, isn't it? Yes. Sleep.
Because if you're not fucking leaving, you're sleeping, dude. You're not sitting there cuddling. Right? Nobody's cuddling. Guys aren't cuddling. They're sleeping. Or leaving.
But when I cuddle, I go to bed. Cuddling. And I wake up.
Exactly, you went to bed.
Cuddling's a meme.
So when it comes to the one night stands,
Okay.
and the cuddling and all this aspect, and you saying you go to sleep, what are you guys doing when you wake up in the morning?
Yeah, I've been in these where I went to bed and I didn't realize that I wasn't going to remember that there was another person in the bed with me when I woke up. And that totally is the type of situation where you don't know if you're supposed to stay there and wait for the other person to wake up and say something to them.
No, you get the fuck out.
But really, yeah, that's what I was getting to. I was going to say, mostly, if you wake up before the other person, then you've got to leave. Take that golden opportunity and avoid all awkward moments. Unless it's like a person, if that was like,
You were cool before that.
yeah, well, not. Because then sometimes then it's really awkward.
9 out of 10.
That's happened to me, bro. And I was like, get the.
What if it was
I woke up and I was like, damn, this really happened.
9 out of 10?
And what was it, 9 out of 10?
The night.
The night?
Are you leaving?
Shit. I mean, if I really want to, like,
9 out of 10, she was a 9 out of 10.
maybe we'll fuck again in the morning, but even then, like, I'm probably trying to leave and shower.
Yeah, you gotta leave. Guys.
But I had something to say, though. Related to the original topic when you were like, Trent's the only person that's really looking for marriage in a relationship.
He's on the
That is whack. I know, but I just would like to set the record straight. I think all of us here, and most men, don't like to waste their time, and they're not just going to be with someone if like they don't see like a long term. Like the second that you're like, oh, I don't want to be with this person anymore, you pretty much it's like the countdown to when you're going to end it. Because like even a guy that will keep it going, it's going to end eventually. Like literally, like dude, do not waste their time. Because when you waste your time, you waste your assets too.
Unless you're just hitting.
So I don't know
If I'm like super black pilled or like I'm such a doomist or something like that, but do all guys actually really like, am I the only one? Are me and Riley the only ones who actually like feel like all guys don't really care about relationships? In fact, we kind of dread them and we just want the sex. And if not, the sex is the best part of the relationship. Go.
Nah, for me, I definitely want someone to confide in as well. Like, you know, like if I'm having a rough day or something, like a female's comfort is different. Like, then like I know my boys love me. I can go to my boys with anything, but like it's just a different kind of comfort. It's a different when you're confiding into a woman or a female.
Have you had that?
Had what? Someone to confide
Have
in?
you had that?
Yeah, I've had people to confide in. Yeah.
You've had this good feeling you're talking about, and that's what you want.
Yeah, of
Just know
course.
that it exists.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
What happened to her?
No.
I ain't even going into all that, bro. I ain't even going into all
What'd she do to
that.
you?
We don't.
She didn't do nothing to me.
Try not to be making a bag at this point. You don't really cuddle like that.
I ain't even about to get into all that, bro. You know, it is what it is. Like we're still cool. We still talk. Like she's still here for me to this day. But
So you're ready for the real one then?
I'm ready to meet.
She's the real one.
I think it's a possibility she could be.
I was trying to diagnose you with one-itis. Riley just, yeah.
I definitely, like since freshman year, like I've been crazy about this girl, like all of high school and then even after high school. Like it's been a minute.
We can go
But
into it, but Mike said.
I don't even want to go into it. I'm just, you know.
Yeah, you speak for Mike on the rest of it though, so.
What was the question, Mike?
It was all about the high IQ and the confiding and the girl and everything.
Oh yeah, like as far as you were saying,
Yeah.
like do men only want sex in a relationship?
And is it the best part of the relationship? No.
It's one of the best parts.
That's a really complicated question.
Is it the most
The
important
easiest
part?
way to
I feel
explain
like it
it
has to
is
balance with
Is it the most important part?
if you've got a down bitch, you're gonna be chilling, honestly, because you're gonna get everything that you need and more, way more, honestly, with a down bitch than just like being bored at the crib or like just texting mad hoes, because you're never gonna have a down bitch. She's always gonna be waiting for her mans to scoop her up, so you might as well just realize that they're just hoes if they're actually just fucking. But if she's dating you, she's definitely just down.
That's
so.
a really good statement, bro.
Because you could have a bunch of bitches, but all those bitches are probably calling to other dudes too. And at the end of the day, when you come home and you wanna have a woman to do whatever, to confide in, to just like really talk to, or just to have his presence there and comfort there, then it's not the same. Because you can even have a hoe come and then try and do it, but it just doesn't feel the same. Because you're like, it feels whack. Because it feels like you're pretending.
It's not wanted.
When you're trying to do that type of shit with someone, even if it is mutual, because then it's just like you're trying to lead on that girl. Then that's just like, what's the point of that too? Like it's just like whack. Like if you get to a point where you're like having sex with someone and they're not your like significant other, and you're like after you have sex and even before like hanging out really often to where it's like a relationship, that's just fucking weird. You should not do that. There's no point in that. Might as well be dating at that point. That's just like a guy basically keeping you as a crazy side. It's putting a lot of time in for nothing. But Mike said something. What did you say?
I can't remember. You said something at the beginning.
So this goes back to the difference, I think, between us or second table spill. Even though nothing's spelled, I'm sure Riley would be ready to tell me.
No, nothing to do.
So, the marriage or nothing mindset. That's where I'm at. This bullshit, IQ stuff, and confiding in a girl. I would care less if I could just get a girl to do my laundry once a week,
I
honestly.
remember what we were talking about.
Sex and the whole other part of the relationship. There's two parts, man. Like sex is, it's not like sex is totally the most important part, but if you really like a girl and you're really attracted to the girl, because both those things can be green lights and you could really like the girl, but like the second you have sex, if it's like the energy's off, or you don't like it, or it's just weird and like you really can't enjoy it, then like you're not even gonna like give it a second date. Like if you don't have good sex, then it's not even a point of being in that relationship. Because then they're never gonna satisfy you, and maybe you're never gonna satisfy them, and one of y'all are gonna end up wanting more.
Let's say she has a high IQ though.
No, it doesn't even matter.
What if the sex is trash but the confident ending is good?
Dude, we just said that if the sex in the woman is great, but the IQ is trash, it doesn't even matter. And it goes hand in hand because if the IQ is great, but the sex is trash, it doesn't even matter.
So that's be a good balance.
They go hand
It
in hand.
literally, they have to both be good. Because if one's not, then you're not even going to give a shit about the other.
But what's the one that guys will settle for and do?
I think that they'll settle for more of a good person. People more settle for people that, like, they could do better, but they get with a better girl. I think that happens more often, honestly.
And like after you,
Because really,
No matter what, after you're with the same bitch for so long, it doesn't matter how fire the pussy is or how good the sex is. If we're talking marriage, after you're married 25, 30 years, I mean, that pussy's gonna be mid. No matter how good it was when you first hit it, it's gonna be mid. It's gonna be mid. You've had it 100 times, bro.
You had it over 100 times.
It's just like the first time when it's like that rush, like you're trying to get a bitch naked, and you finally get a bitch naked, and it's just like it's like that rush feeling. And then after you get that same bitch naked 50 more times, it's like, all right, I've already seen this bitch naked 50 times. Like you're not even that excited,
But
you know.
She's like the avatar confider, right?
All right, well she's just the best at confiding, then I don't know, I'm all in.
25 years down the road, and she's the most avatar confider ever, right? And you fucking got a 25-year-old that's just like won't leave you alone for some reason, right? And it's just like she's throwing it at you. Are you gonna take a piss in the woods or not?
Honestly, no, because I'm a big like karma person, and like I just can never do it. Huh?
Would you end it with her though?
I would, if I was ever gonna cheat on my wife or my girl, I would break up with her before I cheated.
Yeah, but if you were in a relationship, like if you were,
I would just end it before I did anything.
If you were married though, for real, with someone that you really got bored of the relationship, but you were with them for like 7 years and you already invested on your time, you would really end it just so that you could fuck someone, or would you fuck someone?
I think that's really definitely tough.
You know what I mean?
I think I would just like if I really
Try and
couldn't.
get away with it.
I think I could stop. I think I could refrain myself from cheating though. But if I couldn't, like I would break it off because at that point, like, why am I in this marriage with you if I'm not happy? If you don't satisfy me 100%, like why are we in this? Like why am I married
I
to
feel
you?
like I could just see your future self, and I could just tell you that you're gonna fuck her. I can already see it. You fuck her. She's throwing it at you, dude.
What does this mean? Who, the 25-year-old?
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Yeah, I can already see it.
And you're folding.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying, as a man, at the point that you're talking, we talked about this earlier about like what it takes for a guy to walk away from a girl, right? When you're at that point, that's that point that we're talking about, the one we talked about earlier. You're at that point with that girl, she got the highest IQ, whatever. When that 25-year-old is throwing it at you, when the option is there, you're you're only as strong as your options, dude. Your option is right there. You're a man. Sorry.
No, right. I don't think I would break that commitment and like.
You would, because at that point.
I wouldn't.
And
I wouldn't.
I mean, Mike, I'm
I wouldn't.
going to tell you why. Because that girl that
You confided in so hard that we talked about that you don't. We didn't even talk about what it was that you don't like her anymore. But we all know that girls get to that point, right? We don't even talk about that. We're all sitting here knowing exactly what that feeling is. We would get there with any girl, almost all of them, and we will. If we would, we will. When you got to that point with that girl, you as a guy, it wouldn't even matter about that other girl. You would do it anyway. But she's probably your new confider, Mr. Need a Confider. And yeah, you're gonna fuck her, dude. It's gonna feel so good. It's that feeling that you were talking about earlier. A little 25-year-old confider pussy. It's gonna feel so good, dude. It's gonna feel so much. And you know what? Why? Because all the shit that great confider girl that you had married took all that shit that you said to her and confided in her and used it all against you, dude. She broke you down. She broke you down. You're just pickaxing you year after year. Just, oh yeah, remember this? Small dick, fag, blah, 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 insecure, trying to control me. Everything, she's going to throw in a book at you your whole life because you've been confiding in her because you're the type to confide in a woman, dude. It's not a good thing. You want to confide in people? Go to your guys. Go to us. Never cry in front of your girl. If your mom dies in your arms and the first person you see is your wife, don't cry to her about it.
Why?
Sorry, I couldn't get the time. No, sorry.
I mean, you definitely made some valuable points, but I mean, honestly, I don't think I would even marry a girl unless I feel like I can confide in her, or if I need to cry to her.
We already know that. You will probably marry the first girl that allows you to confide in fucking.
Not even know so well. He knows too much.
What is confide? What is confide?
I don't know, but that's what we have. We all are on the same understanding of what confide because we needed to make a meme over what this feeling is.
Confide?
I don't know, but I like it. I like confiding.
My tits are so saggy, dude.
Do you guys also like to confide or no? I know you don't like to confide.
I would like to put some
context on confiding. That's the type of girl that you can really look forward to bring you comfort when you are in your most adversity times, like when you are about to cry because your mom is dying in your arms. That's the type of person you would talk to about that and confide in. Look for comfort in. You have a hard day at work, you have a bunch of problems, you're talking to your girl about your problems, or you have a hard time with fucking erectile dysfunction, you talk to her about it.
She makes you feel better.
She makes you feel better about it, you confide in
She makes
it.
you feel like you're still that dude.
It's a place where you can feel home.
Go ahead and confide
And
a little
safe.
bit with her. Don't cry to her though.
But if you
Never cry to her.
if you cried to her, you have to make sure that she's already cried to you a million times first, and like it's already like a thing that you don't cry to her.
Dude,
Because then if you cry to her all the time, then you're a bitch.
if she's cried to you a million times and then you cry to her, she's more likely to hate that you're crying even more. It's gonna. It's,
I feel like you're
I
better
feel
off to
like
honestly,
confiding
I feel like you're
is-
better off to get mad at a bitch and cut into her than to cry to her. Like, you're better off like cutting into her and letting her know it's good. Like, if it makes me upset to where I want to cry, like you wouldn't even know. Like we're about to get into a fight, bro.
all right, well, let's let Mike say pretty much what Trent was just saying about confiding in a girl. Go ahead, Mike.
I feel like if you confide with a girl,
confide in her.
I'm glad that this is great because confiding is going to be the theme of
if
this
you
podcast.
confide in a girl, honestly, you probably find a girl that's simping for you. If you can confide to her and she's actually listening to your problems more than
She's simping. That's a great point.
3 times a
Yeah,
week, 4 times a week, she's probably wasting time listening to you. So I mean, that means she's spending time listening to you.
So,
So
Mike, is that the only girl
let's say
you
if
can
you can
confide in?
confide to a girl, you're probably chilling.
Is that the only girl that you can confide in as a man?
No, because you can always confide to your mom.
No, you're always bringing up your mom, and you guys stop fucking doing that.
I'm
dude.
just saying, bro. Like if I'm like I can confide in my mom always. So, but besides that, I mean, no, you're not gonna be able to, my boy. I mean, you can have like a girl to talk to, but
He
like
says this. He's
like if you don't have a girlfriend, you can talk to like some girl.
Mike wants to fuck his mom,
but
basically.
she's
Because
gonna.
every time I'm talking about, oh yeah, which girl out there? He wants to marry her, basically. Because I say, is there any girl out there that haven't? My mom. Yeah, my mom too.
I'm just saying, bro. I
Everyone's
mean,
mom will do it. It's the only fucking person that's ever. I told you guys a story.
dude, if
about
your
my
girlfriend isn't trying to live up to a mom, you're literally lacking, bro. Because she's got to be the mom of your kids.
Is the only kind of girl that a guy
So-
can confide in a simp.
What?
Is the only kind of girl that a guy can actually confide in a simp.
It's the only guy.
The only kind of girl that a guy can confide in is a simp.
I mean, she's gotta be a simp after a certain point.
No, I feel like I've met hoes who are good to confide in.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk to anyone, but I was just saying
Sometimes
if you
hoes are
want
the
like
best
one
at
that's
confiding 'cause
simple.
there's no judgment there.
No,
Like,
you're right.
they're just gonna give you what's real.
Yeah, but that's not. somebody. That's the difference. We're not trying to marry white strippers and hoes. Right.
Strippers and hoes. Do you know the song Strippers and Hoes?
By who?
I don't know.
Want to make it up? Ready? Strippers and hoes. Strippers and hoes.
That's how it goes. So basically, it's stripper hoe.
All right, we want to take the show on the road then?
Should we? No.
I think it's been about 40 minutes. My call.
Dude, we should have said it.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching the show, and Trent for coming out, because you really helped to bring a dynamic to the show that...
These are my guys. You're my guy now too.
Exactly. I have friends, I have a lot of friends.
Your coworkers do become your friends. Like if anything, they become more than friends.
And coworkers like your family, usually.
Yeah, it really is like your second family.
So, Trent, excuse me from the camera real quick,
Sorry.
because we're just going to leave this one out. We had a lot of big topics, we had a lot of good topics, we had a lot of random topics added. We had great guests, and we didn't really get anything done on the show, but I hope you enjoyed it. And next time, we're probably going to recap a couple of these and look in the comments of what you guys like.
Next time we are going to actually have way more organization. I promise.
Definitely. I don't see how this could even get any more organized than this, but where's Mike? I was hoping he would say something.
Let's do some shots of us like doing some funny shit right now. Like the end of the show, right? Turn the music up and do some weird shit. Yeah, sorry, Mike. We edited it. Did you have any last words?
Hope everyone had a
Mike's the
great time,
computer.
great morning, great night.
Like should be like.
Thanks for coming out, bro. Gentlemen, I'll give you one of those in a second.